Hi preschoolers. Today we're going to talk about wiggly worms. So this is Shelby. She's my assistant today. She's going to help us find worms. Earthworms live in the dirt, down in the soil beside your plants. Sometimes they're under rocks. Put it in the dish. Move the dish closer to you, please. All right. Keep digging, honey. Let's see if we can find some worms. I know that my flower beds have lots of good worms because we have moles in our yard and they like to eat worms. All right, we found a worm. So we're going to gently break apart the soil so we can get him out of there and put him in our jar. Shelby, can you give me the jar? Look, there's one of our wiggly worms. Put it in there. Let's look for Shelby got excited. She also found a worm. Now we have two little wiggly worms. We'll try to find one more. Okay, so I printed a picture of what an earthworm looks like because I feel like this bigger vision can help you guys see all the different little tiny rings and segments of the worm's body. The segments are covered by muscles. These muscles help them stretch and thicken and stretch and thicken. And that is how they move. Tiny bristles on the outside of its body gives it traction. So it's kind of like the bottom of your shoe has some ridges to help you move. So we're going to look at these worms and how they move in real life. The worms we gathered have already buried themselves back in the moist dirt. So Shelby, can you gently push the dirt aside and find where the little earthworms went? And pull one out. See if you can find it. Oh, I see one poking out right there. Can you work your way around to get it? Okay, she's got it with her pinky finger. You gotta be very gentle with worms. So we wet some paper towels to be able to look at this worm. So maybe we can just gently roll him around to get some of the dirt off. So maybe you guys can see his body a little better. So, let's get close. See, he looks like that picture. Can you see the lines, the rings of his body? Now, worms, they don't have an obvious head or tail, but whichever direction this worm would start to move first would be its head. So if it would move this way first, that would, oh, it looks like it's moving to the left. So that side right here would be its head. Looks like he might be searching to get back down in the soil. He's probably wondering why he's on a wet paper towel. See him move? See how he's stretching? Okay, he's stretching and then his body moves. It thickens again. Okay. Also, worms don't have eyes. They have cells that can respond to light, so they know when they're in light they need to burrow deeper, because if their skin dries out from the sun they could die. They also know when someone's around because they can feel the ground shaking. So worms, they don't breathe like us. They actually absorb oxygen through their moist skin. And like I said, if their skin dries out, then they die. So, what do worms eat? Shelby, do you know what worms eat?
No.
Well, they eat dirt, the soil. They eat dead leaves and any kind of old matter. And when they have waste, it makes the soil rich. So it can help our plants and our flowers grow, like our vegetables. Let's pull another one out of here. There's another worm. Let's see what this one does. Wow, so worms, I told you what they eat, but what eats worms? Do you know what eats worms, Shelby?
Birds.
Birds. And like I said before, moles. Turtles do. And sometimes we go fishing with them because fish can eat worms. All right, watch this one. He is really moving. Oh, he's really stretching his muscles. And coiling them again, thickening them. Okay, so as you saw where we dug up our worms was in the dirt. and then make tunnels in the dirt. And when they do this, it allows water and oxygen to reach plant roots. But you know something, which really has to do with plants, but plants give us oxygen and we give them carbon dioxide. So we have a good interchange that we help each other live, and the worms help the plants live. All right, to get a better idea of how worms' homes look underground, I printed this picture. And it looks like they're beside some radishes maybe. But they've dug their tunnels down inside, and they can stay moist that way. And they can eat this soil. They can maybe eat parts of the root that die, and then they can fertilize the soil so that it can help this plant grow up out of the ground. And they see how they make that tunnel. It brings air down in the ground. It helps the plant. Yeah, we're very glad that we have worms. And it's okay if you don't like to touch worms, but they are helpful to our environment. All right, so Shelby's going to describe a little bit about the worms. Shelby, what color would you say the worm is? What color does it look like?
It kind of has pink here, and then it has a little darker purple, and then it has kind of a white color.
Uh-huh.
Light color. So
and sometimes they look brown just because I think they're covered in dirt, huh?
Yeah.
We've got to move him back. Can you move him back to the wet paper towel so he doesn't get on the hard concrete? Okay, what did it feel like when you touched the worms?
I feel very, like, slimy.
Slimy, okay. Look at him. He's really investigating around him.
Yeah.
While we investigate him, huh?
We need to move him back. Because he's trying to get off the wet paper towel so he can be free.
Is there anything else that you notice about the worm that you could share with the preschool?
When you first pick them up out of the ground, they look small.
Yeah.
But then they can stretch really far.
Yeah, these did stretch out a lot farther than they looked, huh?
Yeah, look at that one.
Yeah, he's getting longer.
Yeah, he doesn't, this one's just like, and the other one's just like, I'm fine where I am.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to move because he's not in the soil.
He might be cold. We need to return them. And so let's do that. Let's put them back in our pan of soil that we,
Gosh, this is hard.
it's okay, just be gentle. We're going to be very gentle. We're not going to pull on them. We're just going to gently pick them up and lay them back down in the dirt. And then if you guys do this at home, it says to always return the worms to the soil where you got them, because that's what they're used to. Okay, they live better if they go back to where they came from. So, Shelby, you ready? Let's go return the worms. A song for you guys, and it's to the tune of Mary Had a Little Lamb. So we're going to sing that to you. The worms are mixing up the soil, up the soil, up the soil. The worms are mixing up the soil so we can plant our seeds. The soil is loose and all mixed up, all mixed up, all mixed up. The soil is loose and all mixed up. The seeds are growing well. Thank you, worms. Just take the pan and turn the pan over on top of the soil where we got them, where we dug them out. Just gently, yep, pour it out. And those worms are so strong with their muscles, they're gonna find ways to get back down deep in the ground. Now Shelby's gonna do a worm painting. So we mix some soil actually with a little bit of water. And Shelby's gonna dip one of her gummy worms in there and kind of use it to spread the dirt around on her page. Yeah, no, paint the page with that. Yeah, there you go. Good job. So Shelby finished painting the mud with her gummy worm. So she's gonna lay that one to the side and pick up a new worm. And we've got 3 different colors, and she's gonna cover one worm in each color and place it on her picture as a stamp to show the worms in the dirt. So just cover it with blue paint first. There you go. Now just lay that side down and stamp it on your picture. There you go. Now lift it straight up. Okay, look at that worm. That looks pretty good, Shelby. Let's do an orange worm. So this is Shelby's worm picture painting. Okay, so now Shelby and I are going to show you how to make a little wormy snack. We have Oreo Thins, some clear cups, some vanilla yogurt and some gummy worms. First we're preparing the cookies, and Shelby is cracking the Oreos in a baggie with a spoon. So Shelby's gonna put the snack together herself. So first she's taking the yogurt and covering the bottom of the cup. Shelby's gonna put the yogurt in her dessert cup first. Just put all of it in there. Just pick it up and put it in there. Yep, there you go. Use the spoon to scrape it out. There you go. What the Oreos look like after Shelby's done that, a lot like crumbled dirt. So she's gonna add that to her yogurt. Put a lot on there. Cover the top of the yogurt. One more. All right, perfect. Now she's gonna get a couple of gummy worms to add. Right now, Shelby's gonna add a couple of gummy worms. Just 2, Shelby, not 5. Just 2. All right, just so everyone knows, Shelby has washed her hands after she's helped me in the dirt, and before she painted, and after she painted, and now before she made her snack. So this is what your snack looks like. Worms on top of the soil. Have a good day.